Why are Democrat-run cities such a dumpster fire of epic proportions? Instead of being known for the Golden Gate Bridge, places like San Francisco feature a poop map and drug-ridden homeless encampments on every corner. Now, a pair of left-wing journalists are trying to figure out why blue cities are spiraling, and even they admit liberals can't just blame Trump.
It is often our own side whose obsession with process is getting in the way of outcomes.
5 states that homelessness is highest, including Hawaii, California, Oregon. They're all governed by Democrats. That's not Donald Trump's fault.
All right. Katie, would you agree with Klein and Thompson there that their assertion that blue states are losing not because of Trump, but because of their progressive politics?
Yes, and because of corruption, and because there's more regulation on building a business or putting a fence in your yard than there is on people pooping in the street or building their tent cities. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is when you're in these places, you're not comfortable, you're certainly not having fun, and it's not a place that people feel like they want to spend their money, their time, not to mention raise their kids and have a family. So it's pretty basic when it comes to focusing on things that work, government that works, and not harassing people who are following the rules or allowing people to just break all the rules around you and feel unsafe.
And, you know, Jesse, they're saying that when you focus on this progressive stuff, what you're not dealing with real outcomes and real people. And is there any way to be a progressive and run a city and somehow balance that progressive liberal stuff and have a successful city?
Well, not anymore. Right now, they don't like civilization. They want to tear it down. They think all this stuff we're building's bad for the environment. They want to give the land back to the Native Americans. And, Judge, if there's an endangered species like a snail, no progress at all. Everything has to come to a halt. Didn't used to be like this. Remember when, maybe you call them the good old days, you have these politicians that were more patrician, and they were very successful individuals, and they would be like, you know what? Yeah, I'll be a public servant. I'll serve the public, instead of today where they just serve themselves. And then they'd appoint all of their successful friends in the administration, and you'd actually have good services and you could build things. Now, it's like some moron mayor appoints like some even dumber guy to be in the cabinet because like that moron helped them win Queens. It's a patronage mill, and no one has any skills, and they just steal all the money. Also, lastly, Judge, it's the lawyer's fault. And I have to tell you right to your face, there's so many liberal special interest groups, and now all the groups have their own lawyers. So if anything wants to get done, you have about 1,000 lawyers come in and sue, and just nothing happens.
How do you think the people who are leaving states like California and, you know, identify the move? Do they say it's because of the liberal nonsense, or do they say we just want to go to a safer red state?
They say it's a quality of life issue. And you guys, you know, liberals out in the real world feel a lot like I do. They're not looking to switch parties, but they want safer streets. They want a good subway experience. They want it to be like the good old days, like when Mike Bloomberg was the mayor.
I thought he was a good mayor.
Everyone thought he was a good mayor.
Giuliani was pretty good, too.
So their book, Ezra Klein and Derek Thompson's book, Abundance, is going to be the guidebook for the next several elections that Democrats are going to run. And they actually are lifting up progressive values, things like having good healthcare systems, having affordable housing, transitioning to cleaner energy. But they're doing it in a common sense, pragmatic way. That's the difference. They're talking about cutting red tape, which is a huge problem. And right after the LA fires, we were remarking like, oh, it's not so hard actually to cancel regulations that you don't actually need, right? Like if you need to build housing fast, you can do that. You can cut this red tape and move forward. The issue will be, and it will expose people within the party who are the NIMBYs, the not in my backyard people, who have all these, you know, grand ideas about making sure that everyone can live in a nice place, et cetera, but they don't actually want affordable housing anywhere near them.
You know, Greg, when you think about Gavin Newsom and California, I mean, there's so much of California that's absurd, like the Tenderloin District and all of those areas. They have the highest homelessness. By the way, they have the biggest poverty level in the country in California. Gavin Newsom's not stupid. Why doesn't he just look at Florida and say, if I change this, I can be as popular as Ron DeSantis?
He's not doing his job. Look, the conclusion is pretty outrageous that these guys came up with. Left-wing cities suck because they're run by left-wingers. That's exactly what they said. Suddenly, the media has discovered cause and effect, that the incentivizing of crime and corruption leads to crime and corruption. And all of this misery has been enabled by the hijacking of compassion, sanctuary cities, homelessness, no cash bail. They exist because anytime you opposed it, you are called as hateful. And then if you get into power and you try to solve it, what do? They go after your methods. This guy even pointed out, he said, our obsession with process gets in the way of outcomes. What did we see with the deportations? Everybody's going, oh, I'm against rapists and killers, but this process, I'm not good with this process. Well, come up with one, you dirtbags. The other thing is, and I know you'll agree with me, Judge, the broken windows theory, okay? This was never debunked, but they allowed that narrative to take place based on one faulty study, when the reality is we live in the broken windows theory every day. The reason why I don't come to the 5 in sandals and a Speedo, even if I wanted to, it lowers standards. And lowering standards lowers standards more. Also, the women wouldn't handle my sexy feet. But we establish criteria at work and at home, base level behavior. We don't leave dirty dishes on our bed. We leave the toilet seat down. The dirty laundry's in the hamper and not on the floor. And suddenly we think that that does not apply to the street. Of course it does. We need to bring back the broken windows policing. And the sooner the better. And we need to debunk these ideas, whoever came up with them, that it doesn't work. You don't even need research.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.